welcome to the Debrief 3.
Woo!
Woohoo! How's the toe?
Who is on the mend? Had an appointment today, and they said I'm on more antibiotics this week, and then we'll see if I need surgery at the end of the week. But I don't.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm scared of the doctors, and I don't want to go back.
Well,
You've been
we
seeing
are
them a
praying
lot.
for
Yeah,
you too.
I have. Got so many business cards from doctors.
Mm.
Okay. So yes, went to the doctor today, but that'll be okay.
Good.
We missed you.
We did miss you.
I missed today too, because I different plan today as well, which was annoying.
Yeah, we are hoping to be back to school next week.
No, I will be back next week. I hate being off.
I know. Especially first year teaching.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. But you know what? I'll not forget my first year teaching.
No, you will
No.
not.
Absolutely.
Quite unforgettable.
We'll be telling the stories. Remember that time, Laura, your toe?
Oh, never forget it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, today's episode is on Sports Day.
Woo!
Best day of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which was quite a few weeks ago, and we forgot to do an episode on. But we'll just do it now.
Yeah. Why
So,
not?
as an icebreaker, what is your all-time favorite sport? I just came up with this like a couple seconds ago.
It's not joking here. I'd say I'm the sportiest out of the three of us.
Yeah, you definitely are. That's not even a question, Gal.
Look at what you're
I
wearing.
don't know what you wear the football top. I like football, badminton. I used to play hockey. I used to do athletics as well. I used to play long green bowls. It's a great time of my life. But badminton's my favourite one.
Nah, I would have been quite worried if you'd said something. What about you?
I like football, and I like rugby as well. So probably those two. Played a bit in school.
My favorite, I think is tennis. I could watch a whole tennis game, but male tennis players, because the female tennis
I
players
agree.
they scream,
I agree.
and the screaming
that's true.
puts me
I
off.
agree. My granny says the same thing. She loves
Yeah.
tennis. My granny says.
But I do like Serena Williams. I think she's cool.
Oh.
No?
So you'd like to go to Wimbledon?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
entered the ballot for
Oh,
my granny, but we
yeah.
didn't get it. It's very difficult to get to.
And they're expensive if you just like either.
Yeah. So I would love to go to the All England Championships for badminton there in Birmingham. I'd love to go to that. But I went to the Nationals of University. But I just went for a bit of fun because like there's international players there, right?
Yes.
And I got knocked out in the first round. But anyway, the players that were like there international, unbelievable. Like actually, it was so cool to watch.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it was very cool. And I aspire to be like that, but I'll never get to that point. To be honest.
You will. Just wait till your toe gets better.
I heard I
No
could
badminton this week, please.
No. Your toe's getting stronger for that
Yes.
professional play.
That'll never happen, right?
All right. Yes, Sports Day. What did Sports Day look like when you were at school?
Mine's very random actually. So I remember this one in particular, Sports Day, right? And I was P7, and it was 2012, so it was the London Olympics.
Ooh, yeah.
So we were all given.
Oh my goodness, you were P7.
Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
bad.
Right, so we were all given a country from the UK. So some of us were England. No, I'm telling you a lie. No, I'm telling you sure. Some of us were England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Okay, so I think I was Northern Ireland. I think I was in Northern Ireland, and then Emma, my sister, was in Wales, and my mum painted like a Welsh flag on her face, like with a dragon and everything. And because Emma wanted it, and then Mum was like, "Of course you got Wales, the hardest flag." But for some reason, I just remember doing that, and I remember it's so like patriotic in a way. But
That's cool.
no, but the funny thing is, we all came out. So the parents were like at the side. You know where that field is at Drumround Primary, where the water fight is? That's where we did Sports Day. And then we walked out of the assembly hall, right? And the two oldest people, so it was me and this guy David, held the flag.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, yeah, that's quite funny. But you can do that in some places.
Did you
not
play
others.
a national anthem or something?
I can't remember, but
Mm.
we definitely held those flags, and I remember that so well.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Oh,
But that wasn't a normal sports day.
No.
That was just the best one.
Yeah.
I feel like Northern Irish Sports Day is like a
Okay.
pretty standard thing, no matter which Northern Irish school you're in. Like we do sack race, potato and spoon, bat and ball. Why am I
Bat and ball.
3-legged race.
Yeah.
Bamboo.
Do you not do that when you were?
Is it the
You
Velcro
literally- yeah,
board? But no.
There's a ball. You ball on the ground and you bat and you bat it. You run. You bend over and bat it the whole way
I
up.
never did that, though.
Ooh.
Maybe that was just in my primary school.
That's
I thought it was
primary for you.
primary thing. So we did that. Relay races. We did team races, obstacle course, and I remember mine. One year I was 6, and P7 girls were like, right, we put the slowest people at the front, so Hannah's going to go first. And I was like, so scarred for life, like literally.
Awful.
But I was slow, so it was fine. So they were like, the slowest person. We came first. Yeah.
Wow, good for you.
Did you have colour house teams?
No.
Um,
See, team points weren't really a thing when I was in primary school. I feel like that all came later. Even in high school, we didn't have house
Yeah,
points.
same. It came later for us too.
Really? Well, I had house points in
Hmm.
the two
I
primary
but you
schools.
are later.
No, in the two primary schools I went to.
Yeah,
And
but even that's still
I
later.
know, but Andrew, my brother, was there. You see, as you guys knew.
Yeah, maybe it was just our school.
Well, maybe you were a modern school and you were the first ones to get it.
Maybe. But our school was small. Like there was only 13 kids. But yours was small too, Laura. Yeah.
Drumran wasn't
Yeah,
that small, but
Because
Burnstow was.
we had 13 kids in our year at school.
I
So
like in
that's a small
in my
class,
first
yeah.
primary school there was only 6 of us in
Mm.
P1. Remember that?
So I feel like sports day for us was the same thing. Parents came to watch. They would sit
Yes.
and like, but the grass in our primary school, it's not. It doesn't. They've actually literally redone the whole school. It was like a curve, so it went. It was like weird.
Oh.
So that was like a kind of final zoop up to the end.
Hers was one I had.
Wow.
Yeah.
What, so you'd run that in the running races,
No.
no?
Well, hers wasn't really we didn't have a track. It was just
No.
it was
we
just
didn't
like
have
a
that
field
either.
basically. So we
Okay.
ran a straight line. But I remember we had a parents race
Oh yeah.
and my mum was like jazzing with that.
What, Janet?
And my mum's very competitive,
Mm.
and she it was egg and spin race they had to do, and mummy has it on video because I think Daddy was filming it, and mummy was running and she was losing, so she
Mm.
threw her egg and got it across the finish line.
Did you use an actual egg or potato?
No, it was just we used potato in the first primary school.
Wait,
My
are
dad's
you allowed to
surprised.
do that? Don't you have
No,
to
No,
physically cheat
no,
over?
that was cheating.
No, no, my mum cheated, but she claims she won to this day. We had a big scandal in my first primary school actually with potato and spoon. Someone in So my dad provided the potatoes for this potatoes, and someone had brought blue tack in with them, and they were sticking
Ooh,
it down.
that is cheating.
Not sure.
What was sports day like for you?
Well, so there's this place in Cyprus called Happy Valley. You can't go into anymore unless you're like, you get permission because it's on the British base. But it used to be like open to the public and everything. And we would drive there. Oh, it is so nice. Like, because grass here isn't really like,
A thing.
yeah, it's not a thing unless you're at the fancy hotel and they actually spray the water because, we're scarce in water. But at Happy Valley, like there was just grassy fields. They have horses down there. You do horse riding, but we didn't do that. But they have this like just nice size, nice size stadium, and it had like sand pit and everything. We would do it there, and then there was another one further up, and high school would do it there. So we were kind of in the same area, primary and high school, and we could sort of meet and stuff. Oh, it was so nice because you felt happy there. It was such a happy place to be. Yeah, but then we moved to like an actual football stadium when they closed that up, and it's so much bigger. Well, that's high school, but primary, yeah, we did sack race, egg and spoon,
Classics.
yeah, the different running ones. What else? Yeah, no. When you get to high school, you do the javelin, then that was always exciting.
Oh yeah, secondary stuff.
But even like, are we jumping ahead talking about what our sports day was like this year for our kids?
No, let's go on to that. So,
Yeah.
what did our sports day recently look like? Go ahead, Hannah.
Sorry. No, because I was going to say, like, our kids recently, they did, like, my kids did high jump this year. Whereas
yeah.
for me, that wouldn't. We
No,
wouldn't
yeah,
have
we
that.
didn't have that
do
either.
in primary
No.
school. But I loved it. It was like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Now,
just
I
the
thought
feel.
they were going to do the actual high jump where like they jump
Yeah, yeah.
backwards.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so professional. It's like,
No,
because they come back and tell me I did this in high jump. I'm like, that's amazing if you did do that.
No.
This is
Yeah,
incredible.
for those of you watching, it's basically like the bar
the
goes
actual
higher and
high
higher,
jump.
you just jump
Jump
over
over
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
it's
not
a
where
high
they
jump.
flip backwards.
Yeah, no.
But it's a high jump.
Well, some of them were trying to do that
Yeah.
in my
Well, you can
bar.
punch
Yeah.
your lung doing that.
Alright.
Jump in the mid there, but
Did someone do that?
in my secondary school, yeah, someone did do that. And they banned that event. They didn't do it. Yeah.
But it was flipping back.
Yeah, so it's like the proper way to do it. But
But I like our sports day, so we split sports day into grade like grade 1 and 2, 3 and 4,
Yeah.
5 and 6, and then it's like
We do it in a football field.
yeah, a sports teacher's in charge of each section, and I just think it runs so smoothly.
so
like
good.
I just love it.
It wasn't like that when I was a
No.
kid, and I'm like, wow, it should it's great. It should have been. It was
Like
so.
they run the race, we
Yeah.
just record the scores of our class, and like the kids can watch. Like they're quite, and like for the most part, I feel like the kids are quite good at our school of like cheering each other on and like
Yeah,
supporting
yeah.
each other. So
But it's also nice for the teachers because
Yes.
our PE teachers are in charge of organizing
yeah.
everything. So our job is basically just to record
Mhm.
results and
Yes,
things and make sure
yeah.
kids are going up.
sit in a chair.
I had it.
Unless they're pulled out to play a football game.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm scared for my life.
That's what happened to Togo.
Heroes and things about
Oh.
my Valentine. Right, moving
Well,
Moving on.
Aye, so that's our one.
But
It's good.
I like it. Like
I really like
Sarah,
it.
and what's the most important part of the day?
Ice cream van.
The ice
Oh,
cream
for you
van
was it a
comes.
taking
He
part?
comes.
No. No, don't be silly. The ice cream van. As soon as the
Right.
kids hear that coming, they're like,
I was actually looking forward to the ice cream, but we got nice ice cream.
Yeah,
actually.
we got the
Yeah.
what you call them? The 99
No,
ones. The
99.
yeah,
Yeah.
without the
99
flake.
that's not 99.
They were nice too.
They were, and so he dips it. This
Mm,
one
yeah.
chocolate, yeah. Well, all the kids had because we went at the end.
Yeah.
All the kids then were looking at ours like,
Where'd you get that from?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
that's you
That's
ask you
very
don't get
good,
it.
exactly.
basically the
Yeah.
McDonald's one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
What you call that?
No,
What
just
size
Whip,
is
whipped.
It's a whip, like
Yeah.
a whippy ice cream.
Yeah,
and you dip
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's
I
so
thought it was
good.
nice.
So
Have it
we
again.
we used to have slushies. Oh,
Yes.
like the
No,
pink
no, no.
and the blue tongues, and it was just everywhere,
But then
and then
the
it
kids
ran
bought
out.
a slushie and an ice cream.
Oh yeah,
Like they were
Did they
kids.
through the roof with sugar?
and I think
And
some
it's
were
like
sick.
you're talking 9 o'clock in the morning, the kids having a slushie and ice cream, and I'm like,
No.
sure.
No.
And then they're bouncing, and I'm like, no.
No, we need to have an
Yeah.
episode actually on
Mm.
lunch breaks because there are
Should.
kids
Yeah.
in the morning with pizza
Pizza,
slices
yeah.
and
Yep.
Hurts
Chris.
my stomach.
Chicken curry, cold chicken curry at 9, 10 in the morning.
okay,
I've
but
seen
chicken
that.
curry is slightly healthy. At least it's healthier than
Cold
the.
chicken curry.
Gal, cold chicken curry is a bit rough.
Well, it's better than a packet of chips.
Okay, yes, that's true.
I mean, the
No,
chips.
sorry, that's true. I'm
Sorry.
doing that.
That's a separate episode.
I would
Yeah,
know
that'll be a whole other
what's
separate
actually. That was
Okay, so do you agree with competitive sports in school, like primary school? Should we include first, second, and third?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, explain.
It
You
teaches
learn how to lose.
exactly. I think one of the biggest issues I had in my class personally this year is one of the kids who came first. They didn't want to receive their medal. The kid who came second wouldn't receive their medal because the kid who came first, and they were upset that it was a certain child who come first. So they then said to me, "I'm not going to receive my second place
Do you know
medal
why that-
because they beat me."
Do you know why that is?
Oh.
Right, this-
And we had such a horrible attitude. And I was like, but I think they should have competitive sport because then it's teaching them. You need to be thankful
Yeah,
where you come.
Because then they're having that attitude.
yes,
they're not
and
used to
that. No, that was the issue. They aren't used to it.
Do you know
And
why
they need more of
I
it.
think this is? Right, this
Yeah.
is very random.
Mm.
But in football, right? So in the it was like the Euros final a couple of years ago, and England were in it and they lost. And England lost the final, right?
Mm.
And when they were getting their medals, their silver medals, they all took them off as soon as they put them on them. So as soon as the guy put the medal on, they would go and just take it off instantly because they didn't believe that what they got was like they were very grateful.
Okay, that's
See, so
Only a couple of
yes.
players kept them on, like the ones that were all, you know.
But
grateful.
that was the issue we had. But so and I was like trying to explain, like, it didn't matter because our system was point system rather than the more times you came first. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I think our kids were upset where they'd won the high jump, but because they came last in every other race, it meant
Yeah.
that they didn't score
Oh,
high.
I see.
You know,
I see.
so
Yeah.
then they were struggling with that. But I was like, the point is you have to do well in everything.
Yeah,
It's
because-
not just
One race.
a one race.
See,
thing.
some of my lot did better in the three-legged race than they
Yes.
did in
Oh yeah, the
whatever
sack
race,
race
or
whatever,
the
yeah.
beanbag throw or whatever it was.
Oh, I forgot the beanbag throw gal.
No, I just bought
Ours
Classic.
ended up in the net
Yes.
so many times.
Yeah, so they need to learn it's team skills. Competitive sport teaches them teamwork, but it also teaches them to be gracious and thankful to others. And they just, even my kids didn't even clap some of my kids who came first. Second. And I was like, no, we all clap.
Good,
Like,
One of my
yes,
kids was
yeah.
fuming that they came second
Yes.
as well. I was
Yeah.
like, no, you did well. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
It's-
some people.
I must say, my class this year, I
Mm.
was impressed with them because
it's
they,
good.
if they were disappointed, they didn't show it,
No.
and they
Yeah.
just went up there and they
It's
took
not
it.
the
And
end of the world.
yeah,
It's not, and that's the important thing.
you see, I have grade 6, so I'm wondering if the younger grades they just find it more hard to cope,
Possibly.
and then when they're older, they can sort of see.
It's like they understand it more.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like? This is very. I can relate to this, but sometimes there's like expectations with you. So like like you've been, oh, Laura's just gonna win that. But then I hate
The pressure.
the
of
pressure.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because like when I played like badminton
Yeah.
matches, like some people were just, oh, but you're gonna be fine, I know you're gonna win. I'm like, don't say that to me, 'cause it's going to
No,
stress me out, and then
no.
I'd lose, and I'd be like, well, it's because you told me, and then you put
Yeah.
pressure on me. So like
True.
all that point
No.
comes into play too, because there's always so much pressure.
Hmm.
And then I put pressure on myself too, because
No.
Well,
no.
it follows on to my next question. How do you respond to the children who are really upset that they didn't win? Like, what do you do as a teacher?
Well, I said to the child, if you don't want to wear your medal, Mrs. Stella will wear your medal.
Mrs. Stella was very happy.
And she did wear it.
Ooh.
And I later realised, oh, actually, I would quite like it. It's like,
Ooh, okay.
But no. We had I had a chat with them, like, you need to accept that you have done very well, and I have. How many other kids who didn't come first, second, or third, and they aren't upset or complaining, and you're complaining because you came second instead of first. And I said, like, it's not about you today. Like, sport is not is individual, yes, but also it is a team thing. And I think that's one of my class's biggest problems is their teamwork skills. Like, they're so, I don't want to say selfish, but they are. That they think I'm the only one here right now, and I'm going to look out for me and be done. And they've no, oh, you did really well, I'm going to tell you, well done. It's like, I didn't do well, so I'm going to be
I think
grumpy.
most kids,
I know it's true.
it's a struggle. Like I was saying at the beginning of the day, because I was the one in sports day, I never won anything. And I was always really upset. But I found sometimes, it wasn't all the teachers, but some of the teachers were like really all over the ones who were winning. And
Yeah.
I just really felt like, oh, I'm just stupid on this day. And
Fuck Sarah.
you know, like well, it was just I just
Yeah.
wanted to win a medal. It's like all the same people keep winning. So
Yeah.
I know what it feels like.
Yes.
So I was
it's true.
saying to the kids at the beginning, I was like, I never won anything. So
Yeah.
for those of you who don't, it's a great day because you're not in school. You're not doing lessons.
It's so true.
Like it's just you're
Yeah.
out in the sunshine. And I think that's really helped a lot of them
Yeah.
because I wish someone had told me that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's sports day. It's a fun day. You get ice cream.
It's true.
You know, you get to see other people, cheer for them.
This actually is very relatable. But teachers, in secondary school, I think I was year 11, and when you did GCSE PE, you had to do sports day. Like you had to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then it was a 100-meter sprint we were doing, and the girl, it was between me and this other girl, and this girl, she slipped at the start, and then I won the race. Then the teacher said to me after, she said, "Laura, you wouldn't have won if Chloe didn't slip." And I was like, all right.
Thanks for that, miss.
I would have got my award in sports
Yeah.
awards, and I was like,
See, there's something about sports that brings people together, and then there's this nasty side about sports.
oh, there
that
is.
It's just
Yeah.
I
I love sport, but I don't like the
yeah.
like I don't know, because I've played a lot of sport, though I kind of know what, like, the environments aren't the best sometimes to be in, but if you have like good people around you in those sports, so like you'd be okay. But like girls football, I always felt was just the worst environment ever. It is awful. Like I never played for a team because there was no point, and Well, I played for my school team, but that
Yeah.
was about it. Yeah.
Interesting. But like guys seem to get on better.
Yeah.
They seem to like
Oh yeah.
Just move on quicker.
yeah, and
Yeah.
they support each other easier than
Yeah.
because I noticed my boys they were just all like
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
it, you know, they were trying to
Yeah.
beat each other, but then
Yeah.
in the end they had their
It was,
arms
like,
around
well
each other. They were
done.
just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
which is really nice to
Which-
see.
And it's more than in class because I'm like typically in class the boys aren't gonna be as like they're not gonna praise each other as quickly.
Yeah.
But if they're the sport, yes, that's
Sports
where
is
they will.
yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's so true.
It's like even in badminton, right? You wouldn't think badminton would be dramatic, but it actually is honestly shocking. So when I was captain of the team in badminton, it was the most stressful thing because they would all complain to me about the team selection. They would complain to me that they're playing singles. And I was just like, what do you want me to do? Like, honestly. And the boys' teams, they had never any drama. Never. And I'm like, how are you doing this? Like, I'd say to the captains, like, we had 3 men's teams, and I said to all 3 of them, I was like, how do you do this? I'm like, I can't
Yeah.
control these people. Oh, it was awful. Step down that year.
But sports day is good for like I mean the kids that oftentimes it's the kids that don't do so well
Yes.
academically they shine on
Yes.
that day.
That is my favorite thing about
Yeah.
sports day. And also, I told my class that too because they were saying about some of the kids that won. I was like, okay, but this is what they are really
Yeah.
good at.
And they get one day.
And you watch the kids who academically in class are either below or they just don't listen. They don't. And on sports day, it is their
Different,
time to
yeah.
shine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you go for it. You do you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love it.
Well, should other sports be included in sports day? And if so, what? We always kind of do the same things.
Yeah.
Like, why don't we just introduce? I love the throwing sports because oftentimes I find the kids that aren't good at the running ones are good
they
at
do
that.
Long
That's
jump.
true.
Long jump.
That's
Triple
true.
jump.
Triple jump. We have that though.
Yeah. Pole
Anything,
vault.
anything
Get
new,
in.
anything radical.
Bobsleighing.
Whoa.
Get it in.
Yeah, bat and ball, I'm telling you, get the bat and ball out.
Bat and ball, like.
What about basketball?
Oh, like a team
Oh, like
sport.
a team thing.
Yeah, team.
Yeah.
Like if they played a game.
Like football,
And the
like
team
they had a
won.
football match.
That's actually quite nice because more people would win. Like they would just
It's
win
true,
that
like it would be a
team.
team thing. We used to do
Mm.
tug of war. Like we've done that before at
Yeah.
sports day.
I'm
It
trying
was
to think
quite
what we
good.
did at sports day in
Yeah.
school.
But football's too
No,
what they do all the time. To be
No.
fair,
I wouldn't
So-
even do that because
yeah,
that's gonna
basketball,
cause
netball,
Golf.
hockey.
Yes.
Golf.
Good.
Bring darts in too. Yeah.
Give a hockey.
Get the teacher.
Yeah.
Bullseye.
Teacher's race. No,
Right,
I saw
sorry,
it.
I wanted to do a
Right,
teacher's
yeah,
race.
yeah, but I saw this thing, and like I think our PE teachers should see it too, where they all are mascot costumes. I sent it to you
Yes,
guys.
I've seen these.
Yeah, so they're inflatable costumes, and the teachers are in them, and they race in those.
I've seen them.
And I
Oh,
was like, we should definitely do that.
I
So
would
for
do that.
next
Yeah.
year, we need to order costumes
Yes.
and be done.
Yes.
100%. But Laura and I were saying, oh, we should have done teacher 3-legged race.
Oh.
Next year.
Does the 3-legged race like? Does it make a difference? Height difference?
No,
Not really.
you just need to go left, right, like just done.
Coordination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the 3-legged
yeah,
race.
me too.
It's funny.
Mm.
I always fall over or something, but.
Bulls. Do that.
Oh
yes.
You know, I'm
like
quite
a
good at.
coordination game.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
More games.
I should
Yeah.
never have given it up, to be honest. I was quite the bowler in my day.
There's a lot. I don't know. In high school, they do a lot of running, don't they? So
Like-
much running.
But they
Like
do
in your high school, did they?
endurance.
Oh, yeah.
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 400 meter
Yes.
relay.
Which
that,
I
like,
get,
yeah.
but only some people are great at running.
100, 200, 400, 800 relay. That's what we did. Yeah.
And hurdles.
Oh, I never did.
Oh,
Oh,
hurdles.
I never did hurdles,
Yeah.
no. We never did that.
Isn't that dangerous?
Or jumping over
I was
something while
never
running at
picked
full
to do it
speed.
'cause I couldn't jump over them. See, in our high school, you had to be picked to do sports day.
I
So,
see.
so in your PE lessons, it was basically your trial, basically.
Yeah.
So then, who had the best in each year was picked from the PE lessons, and they represented.
So what
the
did
school
you
sports
do
day.
on sports day?
Watched.
We all
What?
We all sat in the
Yeah.
grass bank and watched. Oh, yeah.
That's terrible.
never
That's
took
what I school.
I
did
didn't
too.
take part in sports day after P7. In high school, I never took part. No, because if you're not good
Seriously?
enough, they don't want you.
No, here. So here
Yeah.
in high school,
Mhm.
you have to pick 3 events.
Okay.
in high school
Oh.
here. You have to do at least
Yeah.
one running event.
Yeah. You get picked to do.
But
the
Sarah,
things.
there was 180 kids in my year. It's high school.
Oh,
Do you know what
okay.
I'm like?
Oh. But still, that's a
So-
day that you're just watching.
No, yeah, you just sit there and watch.
I didn't really like sports day in high school when I did it
No.
every year, and I hated doing it
Mm.
because they didn't have time once
Mm.
to do the 400 meters, so they were like, we'll do it another day. So I had to. They took me out of chemistry and said, right now you have to do 400 meters now. And this was when I was doing my GCSEs. I was like, I want to stay in chemistry. I don't want to run the 400 meters.
I need to learn about moles.
Aye. So
Probably what you were doing.
I was also being hired to do chemistry. I was stressed.
Whee!
And then I went to the 400 meters. I won the race. Came back sweating. And then my teacher goes, how'd you get on?
Let's get back to this.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Well, that's sports day.
I do like it. Nice day out.
Yeah.
Don't have to do any lessons.
I
The kids have a
love
laugh.
And this year it was nice because it wasn't a sunny day.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
quite
cool.
overcast.
Yes.
Although some of
Right.
us still got sunburned.
Oh, I wonder who.
It wasn't me.
No, the
Oh,
whitest person in
lovely.
the world.
That's a good day.
Every day sports day would be amazing.
Yeah.
Well, they should be doing more physical fitness than they actually do.
Well, I'm thinking if I get through a bit of curriculum, I might just give them some
PCP,
extra
that-
PE. I want them to
yes.
play rounders. They don't know how
Oh,
to play
yes.
rounders. Yeah.
That should be something else in sports day.
Yes, I love it.
Rounders,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Teachers versus grade 6 in rounders.
Oh, we battle them. Sorry.
Ooh.
Wow, it hits.
Could you imagine? Knocked out.
I would take it
First
so
day of the
seriously.
meeting.
Thing is, I would definitely lose. They're almost all of them are my height now.
You're very competitive,
Some
Oh,
are.
Sarah.
yeah.
I know, but
And
I
we're all
Competitive
too,
Sarah is
no, we're
scary.
all too competitively below.
Tell Sarah.
Serious Hannah, yeah.
You know, one sport I can't stand volleyball, and it's because we did it so much in
Yeah.
I had
school.
a traumatic experience in volleyball. Got whacked in the face with a ball. It was quite scary.
Well, that's about as
I
traumatic
told the
as
boy
you
off. He was imagine me. I went over there. You dare hit me again.
get. Good job, you tell 'em.
This is a charity tournament, I said.
They always said, you know, the ball doesn't bite. The ball doesn't. I'm like, the ball hurts if it hits you.
Yeah, it's
It
so
does
weird.
bite,
It's true.
like-
Yeah.
Some forces, especially if
I
they spike
know.
it, you're gonna get sore.
But on the note of basketball,
Oh.
don't you find?
She's
I
awful.
was thinking about this. When we were younger,
Mm.
everyone was like playing basketball.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Like in
Yeah.
the yard and stuff.
Yeah.
I
Now-
played basketball too,
Yeah.
thank you
Yeah.
very
Okay,
much.
okay. But like no one hardly.
Well,
I
they
don't
don't really
see.
play now, though.
It's
No.
because,
Everyone's-
it's because of High School Musical. That's the inspiration. Everyone played basketball.
We
'cause
all
Troy
want to be
Bolton
trouble.
was.
trouble.
Yeah. That's why I played it anyway. High School Musical inspired me. Then I did Long Green Balls instead. I don't know what happened there.
Crazy golf. We could have that
I
on
like
sports
crazy.
day.
I love a game of crazy golf.
Yeah, it's like Crazy Golf, Laura. I do.
I don't understand.
We played crazy golf recently, Laura and I.
Oh,
We
okay.
were home at Easter.
I won that point.
She did.
I think Hannah was saying we're wasted in teaching. We should be professional golfers.
We
We're
actually
unreal.
were very good.
Oh.
No, we're actually serious.
Oh.
We each got at least 2 hole-in-ones.
No, we were good.
Oh, we were good.
And then
Wow.
I got a hole in one in the hole where you could get a free game.
Yeah.
Did you get free game?
Yeah, called the balloon. It was pirate themed.
A game? What do you mean a game?
Like a
Like
free, another round,
So
but you
the
could
next-
go
so
free.
she
Oh, I
goes
thought
back.
you got
So
something.
the next time she goes, she can have a game for free.
Oh,
I
nice.
won't ever be back because my car broke down the same day in that car park, so I'll be back.
Bit of
hurry.
PTSD.
Oh, is this the day you went
Yes.
to Belfast? Okay. Well, on that note,
Yes.
go out and play some crazy golf.
Yes, do. And enjoy your sports day.
Yes.
Yes,
And if you don't do the bat and ball, do the bat and ball.
you did it wrong. Do sports day wrong.
Yep.
Right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.